Check out
Darksydephil the lolcow
in Phil of the Future next.
Yeah. Derek, good luck on your driving test tomorrow.
In Life with Derek.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? Some things have happened that I think we need to discuss. It's interesting what happens when the king is not around, isn't it? Everyone, welcome to the show, the first show in over a freaking week. And that's like unprecedented around here, right? Like usually I'm here, if I'm going to have a couple days off, you know, it's not that big of a deal and we work it into the schedule. But as everyone knows, I'm sure things didn't go that way this last week. All right. And to be quite frank with you, all right, this was no party. This was no, how can I say, vacation. As much as I wish that I could have come back today and said, hey, everyone, guess what? Great stuff. I finally took an amazing honeymoon or whatever. Sadly, that's not the case. As they say, sometimes things creep up on you. You know, kind of like out of nowhere, they sneak up on you and they, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you're at the mall and a weirdo, no-life detractor starts filming you with their camera, or like you're at the gas station just trying to like fill up your gas and some weirdo is like creeping around the pump trying to take a picture of you. Maybe you've never experienced that, but I have. And in this case, they creeped up so hard, I got bit in the butt. And I had to deal with some personal stuff this last week, all right? And as much as I would have loved to be here with all of you, because I would have, sometimes you just got to take time away, which is what I had to do. It wasn't planned, it wasn't scheduled, and I had absolutely no idea how long it was going to take. So it wasn't even like I could say something in the middle of the week and be like, okay, I'll be back by so-and-so or whatever. It wasn't like that at all. So because of that, it was up in the air. And I had people contacting me from all over the internet. I'll tell you that. Like people who are longtime fans, people who are actually detractors, people who I've had some association with, who I've worked with, reaching out and saying, hey, you know, I just hope everything's well or whatever. And I do appreciate that, but I want everyone to understand the reason that I really didn't respond to anyone is because I was in the thick of shit. And I had to deal with the shit when I was in it, you know. We're going to talk about the goals. We're at 52 out of 60 goals hit. Are you aware of this? That's right. We did so well during the marathon that we hit something like 6-7 goals when we hit 60 goals raised this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're excited to get back on track, if you're happy to see me back and you're ready for chill streaming fun, let's get some support. Let's get our first super chat. Let's get our first tip. Let's get our first membership, and let's get some subs over on Kick. What is going on? Let's get some support rolling in right now. Come on. Let's do some shout-outs. And let's talk. Let's chill. Let's chat. Let's figure this out. All right? Because we got a bunch of thumbs down already. People are complaining. I've been back for 12 minutes. 12 minutes, and people are already complaining on Kick. How about this? How about you kiss my fucking ass and stop being whiny bitches like you are and just sit back and shut the fuck up because you're on my stream, bitches. And I'm back, and I'm in large, and I'm in charge, and you can fucking deal with it. You can shut those thumbs down, and you can go like this, right up your fucking rectum. That's how much I care about you. All right. Basically, I have a few things to say about the state of things. All right, I do. To be honest, I'm actually just getting all caught up with it because here's a funny part. I'll tell you guys this up front. Like literally, like I said, I've been not paying any attention to anything on the internet, anything with the business, nothing. I've been busy with personal stuff. So I come back yesterday into this room and I'm trying to just like briefly get caught up. I've got a million messages. I got people telling me this happened, that happened, this person said this, that person said it. Did you know? People were trying to figure out if I was around because they were saying they saw that comments were getting moderated on DSP Gaming. Well, Phil is such a, you know, if he's really in having a bad time in life, why is he moderating his comments on the channel? I'm not. I have moderators who moderate. That's why they're called moderators, because they have moderation powers. So a few of them were in my comments this week, and they were saying, yeah, they were really heinous stuff in there, so we're taking care of that for you while you're gone. That's much appreciated. They're like, but I haven't seen any of it. All I know is I'm hearing things through the grapevine about like what happened and stuff while I was gone. I'm like, well, I mean, it's no surprise that that kind of stuff would happen, but you know, I don't really know the truth of any of it because I haven't watched a single video. I haven't read any posts. I'm coming back into this cold only via hearsay. Probably you guys today will inform me on this podcast of what's been going on since I've been gone because I don't know. Feel free to do so if you want me to get a laugh out of it or whatever, because I have no clue what's happening, okay? I got a $2 tip. Here's the first I've heard of any of this. Thoughts on Didnt sending people to snap pictures of your porch and various packages. The man is 50. He's on vacation, and he spent the entire week obsessing over you while ignoring his family. Insane. I believe that latter half. The first half is not true. No one was here snapping pictures of my porch. That did not happen. So don't believe everything you're told. This is just fucking nonsense. That never happened at all. But the second half I would believe. But here's the thing. I wasn't here. We have been talking about this for a while, have we not? That this entire vortex around me is just that. Around me and dependent upon me. And to what I'm being told and from what I'm understanding. All right? This week, because I was not here streaming and making content for them to steal, lie about, and regurgitate is toxic, they literally had nothing to do. And they were losing their fucking minds. Like they were completely stir crazy. They didn't know what to say, they have no original content. So they had to like really go out on a limb in order to try to find things to talk about. And essentially their viewership was monstrously down. Some of them actually gave up and stopped making content for the time being. Like they just had nothing to do because I was not here. And that's the point I've been making. That in a court of law is the evidence you need to prove that someone is a thief and breaking the law. Because you understand that if they actually had content of their own, then they would have kept making it. But they didn't. They waited for me to come back to start stealing again. So in a court of law, I now have an actual week on record where their views are recorded, their content uploads behaviors recorded. I have everything I need. I'm good. Oh, and I will say one more thing before we move forward. As of today, officially, there are parties involved documenting all of that. Who's doing what, how often they're doing it, how much they're doing it, when they're doing it, what they're actually doing. Like, are you actually rebroadcasting me fully? Are you just clipping and editing and doing transformative work? All of that is being documented as of today, formally. I'm going to have everything I need in the future. So if you're out there and you think you've had the gravy train all this time and, oh, it's all been free and clear, as of today, I'm giving you official notice publicly. I'm sure this will be clipped. Everything is now being documented for the future. So I hope that if you're someone who actually steals my content illegally and benefits from it financially, that you have like a backup. Because pretty soon, everything you're doing is going to either come to an end or be mine and I'm going to own it. Okay? If you pay for your house right now, your mortgage, with money that you make because you steal my content every day, well, pretty soon you're not going to have that money anymore. And in fact, all the money that you've made is going to be mine. You understand? So I'm just saying, now might be a good time to like go get a job and get some job applications out there. Maybe go, sing some fries or maybe Uber driver or something, something like that. Now might be the time to dip your toe into the lake of something else because the days of milk and honey for you are coming to an end. Everything is now being recorded and you've gotten fair notice now, just so you know. So anyone else from this moment on who continues to do that behavior, that illegal behavior, you already knew that this was happening. You have no one to blame but yourself. I've given you fair public notice. Fair enough? Okay. Let's continue. Okay, NVL Roy with a $2 super chat. Glad to see that you're okay. You had us worry. I do apologize to anyone who I might have worried, but you have to understand something. As you know, I have this vortex of literal losers around me. They feed off of me. They need me to be relevant. And therefore, I had to not say anything during the time that I was going to be away for protection, for personal reasons. You know what I mean? Like if I just started talking publicly about this hard stuff I'm going through, immediately you would have these people trying to interfere with it. And it's sad. But already they've tried to interfere with my bankruptcy hearing 5 years ago, which is completely illegal. They've completely impersonated other people and tried to do identity theft and have successfully stolen my identity on multiple occasions. They actually got employed at Comcast and reset my modem and changed my modem settings. I mean, that's only a few of the insane things they've done. Can you imagine the links they would go to so that they can say that they have some kind of an effect on my life? And quite frankly, this week, I just didn't fucking need it. So I did the way that I did it on purpose, and it worked absolutely flawlessly. There was absolutely no interference whatsoever in my personal life this week, thankfully, and that's a good thing, okay? If anyone does want to actually live rebroadcast me and does not want to actually suffer legal ramifications down the line, because if you don't get permission from me, you will, you can contact me and we can talk about it. Maybe we could work out a licensing fee where I say you can live rebroadcast me on a daily basis as long as there's a contribution or an agreement or something in place. Because if you're going to use my content live before I have a chance to even get it on the internet and monetize it, then I need to receive compensation for that. So if you're someone who regularly does that and you don't want to get sued into oblivion down the line, you should probably contact me now and work something out, okay? If you don't, I'm going to sue you into oblivion somewhere down the line, and I'm going to own everything that you own. Okay, for the record, if we hit 60 goals on this stream, I'll order Super Chicks right now. Seriously. If we hit the 60 goals on this stream, I'll just order it immediately. We'll have it right after the GTA gameplay. And I'm down for that. I want to try some Super Chicks. All right, so let's do it. Let's gifted 3 subs over on Kick. Thank you so much. That will get us up to 240 of support. Here's what's happened. I'm away for a week, and you notice a ton of gray names in the YouTube chat. A ridiculous amount of crownless names in the Kick chat. Because I haven't been here, so of course no one's going to contribute when I'm not here. You know, so thank you to those who are supporting now to get that back. I'm sure people are really going to appreciate having their memberships back this week. For 7 days, the Detractors had no content, so they debated the lore of Phil's chair till one of them claimed it blinked during pre-stream. There you go. We're a mere $18 away from hitting our second goal of the stream, which means we would be even closer to Super Chicks, the gourmet chicken sandwich place. All right, I hope that you guys will get excited and support the streams this week. Again, if we hit 60 goals on this stream, I will order Super Chicks. I'm not kidding. So that would only be $918 more dollars. If I can get $918 of support right now, maybe a big tip, someone, welcome back, I will order Super Chicks on this stream. And we will have DSP tries it. It's been over a week since we did a DSP tries it. It's about time. Let's do it. I'd be down for that. I'd be very excited to try this new place out. Never had it before. All right, anyway. This last week I wasn't here. It was not planned. There was no vacation. All right? This was something that came out of left field and I had to handle. And as you know, well, you may not know this, as you get older, more and more things start to happen that you can't control. And you just got to learn to adjust. Okay? You have to. And a lot of things are going to happen as you get older that you don't want to have to deal with or handle. But you're going to have to. All right? I mean, you could just stick your head in the ground like an ostrich and pretend like the world doesn't exist. But eventually it's going to come back anyway to bite you, right? And it is what it is. So basically, this last week was no picnic for me at all. It was probably one of the darkest, most emotionally wrenching times of my life. Okay? I had absolutely zero enjoyment. And, that's that. Now, I'm well aware that so many people on the internet stalk me. And again, because the only reason they have content is because they steal mine. If I'm not here, they go crazy trying to stalk me and figure out what I've been up to and where I am and all of that. I am pleased to say, very pleased to say, they have absolutely no clue what I've been doing. Zero. And I had to learn from so many different things of my past that have happened, right? Things where I never fathomed that these idiots would get information or you know what I'm saying, or pry into my personal stuff. They were not able to do so this time, for the first time probably ever, right? That's amazing. You know, did I ever think that because I went through a bankruptcy that this was going to result in me having years of harassment, identity theft, money stolen, bank accounts, you know, being accessed from unauthorized parties and all kinds of shit? Of course I didn't. Of course I never thought that would happen, but it did, right? So learning, you know, from all of that, I 100% kept my lips zipped, and it worked because this nonstop leeching, this sucking parasites on me, they're reliant on me when I'm not here. You know that they're going to go crazy. So I hope you have to understand why I couldn't say anything at all. Just think about it. If they knew that I wasn't going to be streaming this week, they would have been fucking with me nonstop, right? They would have tried a million different stupid things. And not to say that they didn't. There were a few things that were attempted, but because I kept my lips zipped, they were completely unsuccessful. All right? So, the thing is, you might say, well, are you going to tell us everything that happened this week? No. That what I've been dealing with over the last week has nothing to do with this stream, has nothing to do with my content, has nothing to do with this business, has nothing to do with our interactions, nothing. Zero. Therefore, I don't have to tell you anything. Understand that. If you don't, I'm going to be honest with you, I hope that you seek counseling soon. Because if you actually think that because someone on the internet streams, that they owe you full transparency of everything that they ever have done, you are actually mentally deficient from being a normal human, and you need to go speak to a professional for help right now. And I'm speaking directly to my detractors right now. You're all mentally fucking deficient, and you do need to seek help because, number one, you're breaking the law, and number two, you're ruining your life and the lives of everyone around you with your actions. You're sick. You're toxic people. And I know that you would have probably tried to hurt me and or everyone around me if I had given any information out at all about what I've been up to this last week. It's that simple. All right. So I'm very happy that I did it the way that I did, because the thing is, these idiots also, you know what would happen immediately? Oh, he's looking for a sob story so that people will come and support him because of this. What? He is a horrible person because he's using this as ammo to try to raise money. No, I'm not. Not at all. I'm not going to tell you a single thing about what happened because it has nothing to do with this at all. You know, you're coming here, you're hanging out with me, you're enjoying the content, support it by all means. And that's what people have been doing. That's what's actually angering people. That unlike previous where, you know, there was a few months there where I was getting tons of support because I was associated with another group. Well, I'm not associated with that group anymore, but I'm still making the same amount. And that's driving people nuts. They can't take that because, wait a minute, he's earning a good living on his own merits, but we were always of the impression, our narrative was always that he couldn't do that. So how is it possible, right? Because people actually like the content, because people like me. Unlike you, because when I was gone, your content was dead. No one cared about you when I was gone because they're not watching for you. They're watching for me. Don't you get it, Leech? Don't you get it, Parasite? I'm the content. That's why I'm entitled to everything you get out of it. And I will have it someday. So, I'm sorry that I can't come back on this stream and just unload on you guys and be like, here's what's been going on and blah, blah, blah. I can't. Because immediately, number one, it would be, see, Phil's looking for sympathy. And number two, it would be, oh, so now let's do everything we possibly can to ruin his life and everyone else's life and everything around us. Right? It would. That's how they are. They're mentally ill people. These are not normal thinking people. They're broken in the head. I would go as far to say they're all of the like mind, and they reached out to each other and found themselves on the internet because they're so broken. They had to find other people that were broken to feel normal. And they've actually created this community of mentally deficient, ill people. That's not good at all, because that's how cults begin. Do you understand? How do you think the people who drink the Kool-Aid, how that started? Because they were all fucking nuts and they all found each other. And that's how these people operate now. They do it anonymously on the internet. It's dangerous shit. So that's why I literally can't tell you a word about any of what really has gone down, because undoubtedly harassment would begin on all fronts. And so therefore, you're never going to know what I was doing. All of the guesses have been wrong completely, which I'm happy about. Trust me, because I was nervous this week with not saying a word and keeping my mouth shut. If you don't understand, then I urge you to move on. And if you don't understand that separation and that right, please move on and don't watch my content anymore. Okay? You're not welcome here. People who are obsessed and think they are crazily demanding of things, you're entitled to nothing. You get what I give you and you like it, or you leave. Goodbye. I don't want you here. You're not entitled. You need to move on and get some help. Maybe there's other creators who like that kind of behavior. Not me. I have things to do and a life to live. And I have the right to having that life separate from all of you being weirdos and acting like this. Okay? And again, if anything, this last week has completely 100% proven and corroborated everything I've said about the vortex around me. I'm not involved with it, but they are all directly dependent on me. Without me, they dry up in the hot sun like a weed with no water. They have absolutely nothing to do. They become irrelevant. Get it? And the fact that they are irrelevant without stealing my content proves in a court of law that I own their content. Get it? But that's for another day. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you guys for the support today, because again, helps a lot. Being away for a week, getting a great start like this helps a ton. Thank you guys for that, really. And like I said, if we hit 900 more, well, 900 more, well, no, not 900 more, because now we raised 33. $827 more on this stream. So if we hit 60 goals, I will order the super chicks and we will do DSP tries it on this stream. But it's going to take some big contributions to hit that. Right now, the momentum is great, but I don't think we're going to hit it by the end of the stream. Okay. Listen to this dunce. Someone tipped $2. Well, people want more transparency and you can control the narrative with openness. Oh my God. You are such a babe in the woods, man. From an anonymous tipper, I hope you had a good time and enjoyed the time away. You deserve the vacation for sure. I hope that you get another vacation soon, because witnessing everyone that hates you freak out is hilarious. Even the casino had to give you the W. I was on a vacation. I wish I was on a vacation. I wish I could have come back tan and happy, like I said, and be like, yeah, and tell you all about what I did. I mean, if I actually went on a vacation, I probably would tell you about it because it'd be over. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It was no vacation at all. It was pretty bad. It was, like I said, one of the worst weeks of my life. Insane stress, dark shit, No, I do not feel refreshed whatsoever. There was no refreshment whatsoever. I keep telling you, this was not a vacation. Stress is insane. Stress drains you. Stress makes you feel terrible. Your body aches. You feel older. I feel like I aged 5 years in the last week. You'll be able to see it soon. I'm not kidding you. I got more gray hairs this week. Right here, there's a bunch of grays that came in on the sides of my head that I did not have at the beginning of this week. And I got fucking gray hairs now. I was like, damn, that's what stress does, man. There you go. Midnight Stargaze just said, if you look at everyone who's illegally restreaming me right now, which is illegal, if you're restreaming me right now without me having an opportunity to broadcast and profit on it first, you are breaking the law and you're going to be in trouble. He says, I have over 2,000 viewers right now. And I do every day. Like, let's not make any small bones about this. I have around between 1,000 to 2,000 viewers every single day. It's just that other people are stealing the content and monetizing it, which is illegal. You cannot do that. You cannot live steal someone's content and monetize it, period. It's not allowed, and everything you make will be mine. All right. Anything else? Last chance? All right. Remember, if you support the stream today, you're helping out a lot. Me not being here for a whole freaking week, but also working towards the new goal. We're already 2 goals in. We're about to hit a third. The more goals, the better. If we actually hit 60 goals on this stream, I will do DSP Tries It Super Chicks on this very stream. But that's going to need some pretty big contributions and Hail Marys, like someone coming by and dropping a big bomb or a big tip or something. I don't foresee it happening, but it could. Never say never because, man, every time I say never, something good happens, right? All right. So enjoy these highlight clips. I'll be back in a little bit with GTA 4.
Hey, don't go away. Life with Derek is next.
Then
I can't like unfuck her sister.
and sister.
So, but why is it in my forum? It has nothing to do with it.